Man, struggle streaming. Listen, this story is hot right here. It's so hot I forgot to even turn on my mic, right? Listen, so we have a story about our girl, Elizabeth. Man, what did she do? She figured out a way for her to stay in not one place, but two places for free, right? So essentially what happens is she's what you would call a professional tenant, right? She takes 6 months payment and she pays that, or sometimes what they do is they take the deposit and they give you a deposit and they essentially just stay in your place and force you to get them out, right? So what happened with her? Now she's in a situation in Los Angeles where she will not leave unless the landlord pays her $100,000. Now, how did that come to be, right? So imagine you're an Airbnb host, right? And the lady Elizabeth comes to this guy. She pays him $104 for 6 months stay, right? So $104 a day for 6 months stay, which is about $20,000, right? So she gives him the $20,000. And what happens is she figures out a way to stay over the Airbnb contract period. And then what happens is the landlord slips and he messes up. And he extends her stay without her being in the contract. He wanted to extend the contract, but outside of the cover of Airbnb. And what does that mean, right? It means that now Airbnb is no longer responsible for financially covering his losses in the event that he has a situation with this tenant. Now, it's a wild story because what ends up happening is that he's embroiled now in a situation where he's trying to get her out of his house, and he goes through the lengths of trying to use the county in order to get him out. And guess what? He figures out that he can't get her out of the guest house. So imagine somebody being at your house and there's nothing you can do to get them out. They're staying there for free. So she stayed there for the 6 months, like I said, and then she's been staying in place without paying for 540 days, $60,000. She has not paid this man ever since he extended her contract. Why is that? Now, she found out that this guy made the biggest mistake you can make, right? He had a shower installed in the guest house and he was not permitted, or it was not allowed according to the records of the county, right? It was not a space that was authorized to be occupied for Airbnb, right? So it's a really wild situation because now he goes to go try to evict her, submit the paperwork, and they say, hey, you can't evict her because technically she's not supposed to be there. She's not supposed to be under contract. She's not supposed to be there. And guess what? She says, listen, I'll get out of your house, but you got to pay me $100,000. And I'm saying to myself, what? So this woman owes this man $60,000, and now he has to pay her to get out? And I said, man, this is a wild story. 540 days. Imagine, here you are thinking that you're going to make money. You're going to make money. Oh, it's going to be Airbnb. It's going to be good. $100 a day, $200 a day. Oh, I'm going to make all this money. Now, our boy, his name is Sascha Jovanovic. I think that's how you say his name. Let me pull it up, man. He slipped, man. Here you are. He's a periodontist. Here he is trying to moonlight as a landlord, short-term landlord. And he made the biggest mistake of all. He let our girl get her spot at his place. What do you guys think? Let's see what you guys have to say. Salute. How's it going? What do you think? What do you think about this? Caramel drip. What do you think about this? This is crazy, right? This is what you said you would do, right? You'll change the locks, right? But you can't change the locks because she's not supposed to be there in the first place. What do you do? All right, I want to be quick, guys. I don't want to be up here too long. All right. What does Caramel Drip say? Caramel Drip says it's not worth it. The principle of sowing and reaping is going to kick her butt. Man, that's what you say. But guess what? Oh, I want to show you guys this so fast. Give me a second. I'm struggling. Stream it. Listen, that's what we say, but that's not the case. The case is she's not new to this. She is true to this. This is not the first time she did this. Now, I'm going to just tell you the story real quick because I'm not going to say I was fascinated. I was really just amazed by the utter gall that this woman had for her to even pull this off. I mean, what kind of person pays you 6 months rent? Pays you 6 months rent. Salute, princess. Pays you 6 months rent and then just stays in place. It says, nah, I'm not going nowhere, right? So what happened was, I'm trying to pull up my assets. I can't, but I'm going to do this fast, right? So look, what happened was, he hears from her. She complains. She says, hey, the electric shades are not working in the place. So I need you to do something about that. He goes in there. When he goes in, he discovers that it's a mold on like around the sink and there's some water damage in his place. And he said to himself, hold up now. This was not like this before you moved in. Why do I have water damage in my place? So then it becomes clear to him. It's like, oh man, something's going on. So then he says to her, say, hey, listen, I want to get some contractors in there in order to make the repairs. But I need you to get out in order for it to be done. Maybe you can stay in like a hotel or something like that. And then she says, no, I have health sensitivities. I can't do it, right? So then now he's really in a tough situation. He can't make the repairs, but then at the same time, she doesn't want to get out, right? So then I look into her story and it becomes clear. This is not the first time she did this, right? So she did this in Oakland. I am attempting to pull this up. She did this in Oakland. And in Oakland, from 2019 to 2021, she did essentially the same thing. So she goes in and she pays money, puts down a deposit, and then she just stays in the place, right? And it was the same situation. She caught it. She went in like around December of 2019, and then she was able to shelter in place without paying because of the pandemic, right? And so what she began to kind of brew up was that the whole idea is that she was being forced to get out of this place that she wasn't paying for, right? So she was saying that there was some kind of strange smell that was coming from the place, and he was the previous landlord at the other place in Oakland was forcing her out. And I said, man, this woman is wild. So then in 2021, she ended up getting some sort of undisclosed settlement in order for her to get out of the place. And man, you know, when I think about it, this woman pimped the Oakland landlord out of money. She stayed in that place for 2 years. And then she moves 2 months later into this guy's place. And then she stays in his place from 2021 all the way up until now. 550, probably close to 550 days now for free, unpaid. She told him, bruh, you gotta pay me to get out. 100K. I'm not going for anything less. And guess what? The judge in the lawsuit where he is attempting to get her out, the judge says, listen, we're not gonna side with her, but we're also not siding with you because you had a place that was not supposed to be allowed. You had an illegal Airbnb. You know, there's something to be said. This is like the textbook advertisement for why you should not have illegal Airbnbs. This is the textbook example of why the city needs to be behind you when you have these places. I don't know a better story. Imagine, here you are saying you're going to make this money, and then you're slipping, you're missing the step. You have an unpermitted structure. You have an unpermitted dwelling. And you're saying you're going to make some money on Airbnb. And man, then you have these professional tenants slipping right in there. Say, yeah, got me one. Got me one. So then now they're asking for $100K for them to get out of your place. What do? It's wild, man. It's wild. What would you guys do? How would you get this person out? Now, he's a periodontist, so he can actually afford to potentially get her out. But what would you do as a little small moonlighting Airbnb host? How would you pull it off? Listen, I got a short amount of time. I gotta sign off, guys. But I just want to know, how would you make it work? I don't know. Now, this woman is known for a lot of things, right? She's known for being a marketing exec. She's known for leading an organization in San Francisco. She's a Harvard grad. She's not dumb. She's not dumb at all. She knows the system. She knows the game. What would you guys do? Here you are thinking that you're going to moonlight as an Airbnb host, and then you come across her, and she's going to remind you, bruh, sit down somewhere. All right, I'm going to show you this real quick, and then I'm going to get out of here, guys, because I'm streaming over here. You got it rough. All right, look. I'm going to share this right here. It's supposed to work. Let's see. Concludes my conversation today. I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say, and what would you do? It's wild to me that she has the cojones to pull something like this off, but man, I don't know. This could be anybody. So beyond that, man, that's all I have for you guys today. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Salute. Peace.